Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to a brand new episode of Mad Talks Football. And today we're carrying on with this around the world. Now, if you know with the last episode, you know how things finished off. If you haven't gone to see it already, then please go back and have a look. Because the whole thing depends on now where we're going next. We had two options and two contracts at the same time. It was two Mexican sides. It was to Pumas, or it was to Tigres. Tigres. There we go. Now, I have been sat here, or I was sat here for a little while trying to work out exactly where I wanted to go and exactly what I wanted to do. It got to around about, I left it for a day in real life. I left it, I saved it, and I went away and I really thought about it, about what I wanted to do. Did I really want to go to Mexico? Did I really want to go to South America? Because we also had another job offer. It wasn't an offer. Yeah, I got real big hair there. That just what's going on with my hair? I had a job interview for another club, and it was in Europe. I didn't get the job, but it was for AC Milan. Now, I had a real big thinking of, do we go AC Milan? But then Thomas Tuchel then took that job from us. So I was like, all right, that could have happened then. So we then had two job offers. It was between Tigres and Pumas. And I have to say, I think we made the right decision. So coming for you now is I'm going to show you the screen. Exactly what we're going to be doing. So we are now Puma's manager. This is exactly where we're going to be. This is where we're going to be for the next few seasons. We're going to be here a little bit longer than we did with Sundowns because there's a lot more competitions here. So let's have a look a little bit about the club first. So finances. Let's have a look at this, because then once we've looked at this, we're then going to look at the area. We're then going to go and have a look at a house. We're then going to have a look at where we're going to be, what we're going to do, all of that type of thing. That will happening in this episode as well. So, finances. Once that he wants to load, we're going to be making a profit this season, apparently around about 19 million. We have a transfer budget of 12, with quite a bit of a more of a wage budget than I was expecting us to have. If we look at the vision as well, they just want us to reach the semi-final of the first division opening stage semi-final. From that, the club information as well. If we look at this, the weirdest thing about this is you'll see it in a sec when my game decides that it wants to load. This is why I screenshot, by the way, in the past. I don't play it on here because the lag intensifies, and this is why I don't go live, especially on StreamYard. But here we are. This is what we're looking at, and this is the overall view of what the club looks like. Very good, superb training, youth, excellent coaching, academy coaching, exceptional youth recruitment. Only a couple of legends inside of the club as well. We're not going to go transfers, but we are going to look at competitions. Let's have a look at that. So we are in two competitions. We are in the North American Champions Cup. If I remember correctly, the North American Champions Cup isn't that the FA Cup? Not the FA Cup. Is that the League Cup? Because I don't think that's the Champions League, is it? I don't even know. Is that the Champions League for North America and we're in it? Oh, I'm going to be talking to my phone. What is the North American Champions? What is the North American Champions Cup? What is the North American Champions Cup? Fucking phone. North American Champions Cup. It's the Champions League. Right, that what is called the North America Champions Cup. It's the CONCACAF Champions Cup, formerly known as the CONCACAF Champions League. Right, so we're in the Champions League apparently. So that was not something I was expecting. I don't know when we. So schedule is the will be. Hold on, the North American Champions Cup will be scheduled on Saturday, the 10th of December, and due to start Tuesday, the 14th of February. So that'll be later on in the season. That's fine as well. So the reason why we've been given this job is I'm still not particularly sure what happened. But if we look at last season, Pumas finished second in the opening stage. And then they got to the semi-finals. But then there's a closing stage as well. It's Mexican football is very, 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 very complicated. So Americans, they finished 14th the year before as well. So they've been in a bit of an up and down trajectory from it. But their manager has left. So what are we going to be doing this season? Well, I'm going to a different formation than I've ever done before. I can't do any pre-season friendlies because I actually arrived here 2 days ago, and we've got a match coming up. I'm going for a five at the back, a 5-2-3. It's basically what I'm going for. I'm going for very controlling. I'm looking to get wingers in. I'm trying to promote to some of the youth players as well. As we see, they're over here, but we can't. We've got a few elderly gentlemen that will be staying with us this season. Also got a wonder kid in this 24-year-old in Aaron Mendoza, who is listed. I don't know why he's listed, but he was listed. He can play anywhere, across any place, anywhere, anytime. And at the moment, I do have a role for him. Why is he transfer listed? Untransfer listing him. Looks like a very good player. So that's where we're going to go. So where we're going to go now is we're going to have a look at the area, look at the stadium, and we're going to do a little bit of fun stuff before we get into the proper games, which will be tomorrow, where we will be playing 2 games in the league tomorrow, where we will be playing St. Louis and Chivas. That's where we will play. So I'll see you guys then. Right. Should we have a look at the stadium and the surrounding area of that stadium? So, I now have to press buttons because I'm meant to be an adult and I can't remember shit. So, we add it here. Here we go. So, this is the stadium that we're going to play at. It's Stadio Olimpico Universitario. So, I've did a little bit of research. Now, if you are a Mexican and you're watching this, and you want to correct me if I'm wrong, then please. But there was this big thing in Mexican football where there was stadiums that were being used and the teams were being outpriced or the rent was too high to have them. So they went to the local university in Mexico City. And this is the stadium that they had. This and now there is 2 teams that play here. It is So Pumas' name, right, hold on. I've got to get this pronunciation right. So Club Universidad Nacional, which is their nickname, is Pumas. And it's also Cruz Azul, also rent this stadium as well, plus another university team as well. But this is in Mexico City. So we are currently sat. I'm in the car park now. So this is what it looks like from the outside. Once it starts loading. So that's the car park. I want to be on the main road from this, so we can have a look at the stadium from the main road from it, if it will let me actually load. Here we go. So you see the stadium is through there, going across, but it's mental to think this team is just. It's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be a lot of fun. Here we go. So that's the stadium over there. Universe Estadio, that one. It's got a pretty cool little design at the front of it as well. Very open. It was made for the Olympics as well. Mexico had it in 90. Was it Mexico 94? Or they had the Olympics there. That's why there's the bowl on top of that. And there's a lot of flags on the outside. Was for the Olympics that was held here when they first come in, and that was the area that they went to along here. So what we're going to do now is we have saved up absolutely a shit ton of money. So we are at the point now where money is no limit, and we're going to go look at a house. I'm going to go look at a house in Mexico City because that's where this team is based, and we're going to see exactly where we're going to be. Right, I have found my house that we're going to be staying in Mexico. It's going to cost me just over £1 million, but because I am the greatest, we've got that money from that. So that's going to be our living room. We have a bar area. I'm going to change that because, yes, I know it's not real life. It's not going to happen. I have an autistic child, not happening. We've got a little dining room table, a little area out the back before we get into the garden. Nice fucking huge kitchen. Jesus fucking Christ. Storage area for a kitchen, it looks like. There's the garden. You would have thought bigger for about over £1 million. That's the bedroom. Oh yeah. We got a balcony, another bedroom there. It's a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom place. We got a cinema room. That's the toilet. Creepy fucking toilet, to be fair. Pictures, and that's the look. What it looks like. Fucking grass. Why is there so much fucking grass? Okay, so now we've seen the place that we're spending a shit ton of money on, where we're going to be living. Let's have a look at the vehicle that we're going to buy. Right, I have also found the vehicle we are driving around. Yes, it is not practical, but it is also very, very fun that we are going to be doing. So this is a Cadillac, and I just think that this is absolutely superb, every sense of the word. So that's just a car. That just looks, it's just too fucking big than what it should be. That's why I like it. Right, we're going to get into one final thing, and I'm going to show you the what I'm thinking of, where I think we're going to be finishing, and a little bit of that, and then we're then going to end it, and we will be back tomorrow. So let's go to the final bit. Right, so I'm still. Why did that do that? Anyway, I'm still not 100% sure on exactly what needs to be done or what needs to do. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through the rules together, and we're going to see exactly what happens. So in the first opening stage, you go to the quarterfinals and the preliminary rounds if you go in the top 10. Okay, so and then there's also a point where you get a first round, and then you get preliminaries, and then you go to the quarters, and then if you win it, okay. So if you win the opening round, one team will qualify for the North American second round, one will qualify for the first round. Places will be allocated by the winners of the opening round, opening stage, and the final stage final, sorted by overall table. Teams defeated in the Mexican First Division opening stage final, and teams defeated in the Mexican First Division stage final, league positions in League BBVA. Right, then you then go into a closing stage where it's the same thing again, where you get to the final. So what does the final mean? You qualify, it's the same exact thing. So how do you work out who wins overall? Then you've also got average points. Not really sure what that means. Season preview. Let's have a look at this. We've qualified for the North American Champions League, so we will be in that. Also, the players that are in, no, have left. That's me. I got rid of them. I'm still not 100% sure on what goes on as an XG table, but we've got an opening stage. Let's see how things go. We're gonna do some of that in yeah. We'll see how things go because I'm not really particularly sure what to do. But we're going to end the episode there. Thank you guys ever so much for watching. We will be back tomorrow with the start of this very confusing journey in Mexico. But if you haven't already, make sure to hit the like, hit the subscribe, and I will see you guys tomorrow for the first 2 games.